Okay, I thought I'd do a video on how I set up the shelter this past weekend. So I'm at the park. This is where I practice doing the shelters before I actually started going out and doing them in the field. So I'd watch some videos, I'd come up here and do it. Now it might be a little loud because there's a highway like right there. But hopefully this will come across. So what I have is I have a Chill Gorilla tarp that I got for Mel's Hammock. It's just a 10 by 10. It's green, so I thought it worked pretty well. I stuck some more extra tent stakes in here, and I put these little plastic ones in so that they could be toggles for my tire. So this all fits in the bag, and right on top of it, we keep a quick deploy ridge line right on top. So this was supposed to be my shelter setup. And it's pretty easy. Like, we want it down about this high because we want it low to the ground. The point was to have it set up where the ground sheet was set already, and it made a nice little tent shape, and it was small, and I wiggled inside, kind of army crawled inside. There's a little bit of room, but so that way it'd keep me warm. We weren't expecting any rain, so as far as I knew, this was going to go off without a hitch. So all we do is start off with the quick deploy ridge line, and all that is a bowline knot. The way you tie a bowline. By the way, this is what happens if you don't burn the ends of your paracord. I'll start with the other end of that. So the way you tie a bowline. So you take the loose end like this, and you make a loop, and you make the crossover towards you, right? And then you fold it over the loop and pull a little bit through. This is the cinch loop. That's what I call it. So then you take this through, fold the tag end over, and when you cinch it up, you've got a bowline knot. So that's about the easiest way. There's another way to tie it. So you take this, and I think you still make the loop, and then instead of folding this over, you go through, fold it back on itself that same way, and you end up with pretty much the same thing, but you got to pull that cinch loop through so you get a bowline that way. I always found the easiest way to tie it was that spike hitch is so good for everything. A lot of knots start this way. So you start the spike hitch, pop a little bit through, fold your tag end over, pull it down. That's the easiest way I found. Okay, so we take this, it's pre-tied, so it's real fast to deploy. And on here we've got 2 prusik knots already. So and you don't have to take these other spikes. I just did it so I didn't have to find toggles. So you want 2 of these with you. And you just start on the one tree. So we'll start over here. So you get enough slack to go around the tree. Pull your prusiks out of the way. So you've got your start, and you take the line and pull it through. You can put that down because you won't need it. So you take the little spike. I like to slide it here and pull it down. See that loop we pulled through is right there. And as you pull tight now, it'll cinch on itself. And we just run straight across. Okay, so what we want to do here, we want to get on the other side. So we're here, and you take your hand, and this is that spike hitch, so come on here. So what you do is you take your hand and make the loop this way, and then you fold it over. Oops. Take your hand, make the loop, fold it over, and pull it through. And that makes a loop. And when you pull on the loop, it doesn't cinch down. If you fold it the other way, when you pull the loop, it'll get tight. So you want that about an arm's length from the tree. And you just feed the line through here. So this is a trucker's hitch. Make that loop. When you pull on it, it just tightens it down. So you just make it fairly tight. Then you just pinch right here, drape the line across, and then grab this loop, pull it through, and that ties a little knot. So then you make another loop, pull it through, to hold the knot. When you pull this side, it tightens that first loop down. So now you've got a quick release on your truckers. So if you need to tighten that up, you can just pull it back out, crank it down a little more, pinch it, and do the same thing again. Just tie and pull. I usually don't put the second one through until I know it's where I want it to. So you pull that through, tighten her down. So then you take your other toggle, just pull the slack out of it, and now you're locked up. So this is how we made the ridge line. Okay, so now we've got a fairly good ridge line. It's still a little loose, that doesn't matter. So you want one pressing down here, slide the other one to this side. And now I'll grab a couple more of the toggles. I put 4 of these in here on purpose, but like I said, you can just look for the sticks. I use sticks for a toggle all the time. So you just take 2 of these. I'm just going to throw the tarp over the top, right into the middle. So there's the center and center tie out. You find your center grommet. You just tuck the persix through and put the stick on it so it doesn't go back through. And just a little bit is all it needs. Now, if you want this to be more structured, you can run the ridge line through this. I just like to put it on top. But you could totally run the ridge line through this and it wouldn't slide either way. Maybe if it were going to rain, I would do that. Other side's the same way. Just look for the center tie out, make sure it's across the thing. It doesn't matter how you get it through. I use the persix and I put the knot right through here because I got tarp bank on. And then this, make sure it doesn't come out. Just give it a pull. So now what we want to do is put a little bit of tension on it. So now the tarp's got some tension, it's going to stick on there. And as far as I knew, we were good to go. So my plan was to fold the ground sheet under, stake the tarp down, and we're good. And I found out the Chill Gorilla only has 3 toggles, or tie-out points. The corner and the middle. And I needed one here. Okay, so now what the hell do I do? Still the same plan. I want to get it kind of folded under where I want it. On both sides here. It's not going to be perfect because we don't have the tie-outs to stake it. But you want it. So what I'm doing back here, I'm pulling this ground sheet over so I know where to set it so it'll cover the bottom. But I just kind of leave it there. And I want the front to kind of open up a little. The reason for that is it gives me a place to see out. I can stick more gear in there, whatever. But now I've got to figure out what to do because we don't have any tie-outs. So that's where this cord comes in. There's 2 things I'm going to do. Well, first I got to cut this off. You always burn the ends, but sometimes you just can't. So if you burn the ends, that won't happen. But this will look just like that one. Okay, so I just want to get a bit of a loop. You can be as generous as you want with it. And I'm going to cut that off. So now I'm going to do a fisherman's knot. I'm going to cross the lines like this, and I'm going to tie this side first. Go around and through, and I'm going to tie it. Same on this side, and you can pull it freely so you can get as much room as you want. But you want to make these as tight, as small as you can get it, because you don't want to really waste your rope. Now I'm going to pull that through, and cinch that down. Make sure they're both tight. See, that one's a little loose. Got to cinch it down, because you want a little bit of tagging. Then pull it, and it tightens up. So this is going to be what we're going to tie our tarp off with.
So you look around, find whatever you can find. I was using some kind of roots when I was out there, but something that won't bust up your tarp. Maybe a stick, a couple of sticks, maybe like that. That looks good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get close to the corner, and we're going to stick these in so we've got something here. We're going to take this and wrap it around. We're going to twist it and wrap it around again. So now it's stuck on there, right? So then we take a tent stake, pull this tarp a little taut, stake that out. That's not going in all the way because it's not done yet. This is just the start of our tarp. And I'm going to have to do that with all four corners now. So again, just get some kind of loop. Chop it off. Do the fisherman's knot here. If it helps, you can pull a bunch of slack so you can just get a good tie in, because you're going to tighten it back up anyway. You see these already starting to fray. That doesn't matter though, it won't hurt anything. Tight. Cinch that down. Now this side, remember, we're going to keep our sheet all the way across where we want it and pull it. You see how I'm tight this? See how it pulls the tarp a little? Want to just pull the ridgeline down a little bit. You have another sheet that's going to come across, so it doesn't have to be exact at all. All right, pull those through. Pull that down where we want it. Sometimes you got it like this one. It was out just real wide. Pull it down where it's tight, because you don't want this to come out. Again, temporary stake out, no big deal. You got to make sure it comes all the way across here. So this side back here, we want to make sure we got a full crossover. This is going to be the back side where we crawl through. Take our two here. We got our sheet where we want it. Put it on the edge. So we're going to wrap it, twist it, wrap it again. Then we're going to pull it so it's tight. See how it cinches down around that? Our sheet's where we want it. Just a light stake. Again, it's not going down to the ground all the way. That's why part of why we put this ridge line loose too. This is tall enough for us to get in, even if we stretch it. Fisherman's knot. You can carry 4 of these pre-built if you want. If you just know, sometimes I don't know what tarp configuration I'm going for, but like I said, this was just a surprise. I didn't have all tie-outs. I didn't check it before. No big deal. Didn't stop me from doing what I wanted to do. Fisherman's knot. Find ourselves a little toggle. I like the smaller one better. Okay, so now we want this to be a little more open. This one is a little different, so it's actually going to cover on here. So this one, you put it across. Don't put the knot there, that'll be weird. Twist it, cover it again, and then cinch it down. That one may need another twist. May need to twist it like that. Okay, so that's the basics of our tent. What we want to do is lift the front up. So if you look down it, you can see the front's real low and the back's real tall. So that's why we're going to use our trucker's hitch. If you look down the top of the ridgeline, it goes up. So we're just going to move this up. Then pop the trucker's hitch open. Boom, boom, loosen it up. Slide it up a hair, pull it. It's another reason we didn't stake out tight. It's also why you don't put your last toggle in your trucker's hitch until you know what you're going to do. That's okay. This is where I want it, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we're stuck in good now. Now we can go back and stake stuff up. So the back here, the only thing we need is a little bit of overlap back here. So we're going to pull this, pull it out towards me, not as much this way as you do this way. Get that stake down a little further, but I'm gonna leave it up so it'll get caught, it doesn't pull. I don't need it to be anything crazy. Same with this one, we want it on the ground, so we're gonna pull it out this way. We also want this side lower than that side. This is probably going to have to move. It's not exactly where we wanted it now. It's okay, we just slide it out a little bit, back to the ground where we do want it. One thing you can mess up, like I started doing on the other side, don't get it quite to the end of that, a little bit, so you can roll it over so it can't come back out. Tie, twist, cinch her down. This one I keep a little cross over because it's like pulling, so. Alright, good enough for the girls I go out with. Now we've done a fairly good job at replicating this. Let's pull this out so that pull some of the tension out of it. So this doesn't quite come all the way across, which is fun. We're just going to take the flint sticks, just kind of put it in. So the back's where it's going to happen. We're still going to stake this, but we're going to pull the sheet across. And these ones, you're going to crawl in here, so got to kind of push it down, but make sure it gets caught or the tarp will come off. Same with here. These got a string on them so you can pull them out easy. So now if you look in through the bottom, you can see we've got a ground sheet, and in the front it opens up. It's close to like the one I had, it's not quite. So it also goes up and opens at the front. So I'm gonna crawl in just like I did before. You go in on an army crawl, you got a pad or something, stick in there. We'll go in and I'll see you after I crawl through. So now here we have it. This doesn't come across, that won't matter. Gear goes here, gear goes here. You can see out, it's nice and warm. And then if you want, like I did, you can tie out here, you can tie out in the corner, it doesn't matter. And when you come out in the morning, it's way easier. You can just pull the stakes out of the ground, come out the front, depending on what kind of gear you have. If you're gonna be cold, this isn't great for rain, because it's not tight enough for rain. You want something better. Probably an A-frame, full A-frame, put the sheet under, but you know, this works for cold. We knew it wasn't going to rain, no big deal. So I hope you enjoyed the shelter. If you have any questions, let me know, and yeah, like it.